We are put here with a purpose. I know I have a great purpose. I've not fully found it yet.
It's kind of like going from the old you to the new you and putting it on that mask, and it's a great feeling.
CCAP's been an incredible host site. They've been very welcoming, and we come in with a team usually of 7 women, sometimes 4 or 5, and meet with the women. They've been exceptionally welcoming. So we have a member of our team who's actually been in recovery for almost 14 years, and it was her idea. It comes towards the end of the program. We do 9-week sessions usually, and on the inside is how they felt when they got to CCAP. On the outside is how they're feeling now. So a lot of times the masks on the inside will be fairly dark with tears and different things, but on the outside are the things that they feel like they've gained in self-esteem, confidence. We do cutouts for magazines, and we bring stickers, and we bring markers. They take to it like a duck to water.
They jump right in with us. They're doing their own mask. You know, they put a lot of time in coming here, those 9 weeks that they come here. And they, you know, meditation, they really get into what they're doing, you know, and they're all great.
We really had fun with doing the mask and getting together and presenting them.
After they have portrayed themselves, then they explain to the group where they think they've grown. And I think they deserve to own where they've grown, because they have grown. We see them grow in 9 weeks.
Each of our stories are different. Everybody's come from a harder place or something different about their stories. So for us to sit down and do it together, it was fun, and we had a good time doing it.
There's a lot of things people just don't voice, you know, and when you see somebody even put something on a mask, you're like, oh, you know, a connection, that you're not alone.
I was living a normal life. My fiance, I took care of him for 7 years. He died. After taking care of him, he needed a heart transplant. At the time, I was the Sunday school teacher. I worked a full-time job. I went to college. I was in the nursing program, getting my LPN. And when he died, my life fell apart. Like 2 months after that, my father was killed in a car accident. And I got on drugs. I was on drugs as a teenager, but I had found my way back. I had been clean for about 10 years then.
I had a very normal life. I had a very good childhood. I was raised by both my parents. They were very loving, had a stable upbringing. Met my husband when I was 19, got pregnant with our son, and we got married when I was 20. Our son's 28, and we've been together for 29 years. I'm still married to my husband. We have a daughter that's 23. Our life, I thought, was good until I got a phone call saying that my mother had committed suicide. And I knew right off the bat, I knew that my mom did not do this, but who wants to think your dad possibly could do something like that? Within 6 months, he was charged with homicide and was arrested. We prepare a couple times for trial, and while we're preparing for trial, he commits suicide and never goes to jail. So I had all these questions. I just didn't know. My family didn't know how to help me. So it started out with nerve pills, whatever. So it was one pill. Oh, that feels pretty good. I just kept. But my family never knew that I had this addiction. They just thought, well, you know, you've handled all this really well, but I really wasn't. And my appearance was very important, you know, because I worked at the hospital, I worked in doctor's offices, so I couldn't get out here and get in trouble. I had to make sure that my secret was very safe until I got pulled over and I had a Suboxone that I did not have a prescription for. And when they started searching my stuff, I also had a bag of dope, like a $10 bag of dope, and the next thing I know, I lose everything.
Mostly not feeling, not having to deal with the situation, being alone, That was the biggest part. And then I just went into isolation, doing my drugs and isolated.
I'm only doing this to myself, which is the biggest lie you tell yourself, because my husband's like, I've done every day with you. Every day that you've been there, it's been hard on me too. He tells me, he's like, I've been the most consistent thing in your life. And, you know, the only thing I can keep telling them is I'm sorry. And my daughter is like, Mom, don't tell, sorry means nothing anymore. When I see you do better, if you're really sorry, I want to see you do better. You know, it's been you that's had to go through all this. Stop telling us that you're sorry and do something for yourself.
I had a very bad disease from the drug use. When I mean disease, I mean from being dependent on drugs. I cried all the time. I was always angry, holding grudges. It was everybody's fault but mine. Negative thoughts and disappointment. I was a disappointment to myself and everyone I knew.
Being here about 3 months when I was still calling home crying every day, like, you got to do something. You know, I don't belong here, but why not? I'm not any different than any other addict or any other person that broke the law, you know. Then I'm like, you know, my husband's like, would you just stop, just take whatever help, you know, stop resisting. For once, would you just, and when I started like, okay, you know what, if I got to be here, then I'm going to turn it back on you. I'm going to take as much from this as I can. My daughter in a few years is going to have a baby, and I can't imagine not being there for it. So I'm ready to take the information they gave me and just run with it.
It's been a long time coming. This is exactly what I needed in my life to get myself back together. I had faced a lot of grief, lost several members, and now I'm coming back and enjoying life again.
My life was a mess, and I made it so much harder on myself by just hiding. When I think about it, how insane is it that I had no control over something, but I hid like I'd done something wrong when I hadn't even done anything wrong.
I always grow as much as the women do, so we like to say Livin It is women supporting women in journeying towards happy, healthy lives. And so my life gets improved by knowing them.
And now that I'm changed, I make sacrifices to live happy. I've got wings to fly. I want to be the impact to show people that it can be done. I've got hope. I want to explore new things, change, nourish your soul. Kindness, free, and freedom.
Beauty, the great mystery of treasure, heavenly visions, see it through, reconnections, beginnings, before, and get up and try again in recovery. I have been very selfish, and there's been things that I've gone through that I don't think it's been exactly for me. It might have been for somebody else that I can connect with.
Transitions are hard in life, and so you have to have some sort of ritual or skill to be able to sit in the discomfort of that transition. And they're coming up on a really big transition. And transitions are hard. And we want them back in our community, and we want them to be successful. And they know we want that.
I don't have time for a slip up. I don't have time for a plan B. I'm not giving myself a plan B. I need to know who I am first, you know, and I'm going to give myself a chance. If I could give anybody any advice, just don't fight the process. I wished I would have started accepting the process here a little bit earlier to be able to take in everything I needed to take in, because it's done. The purpose of me coming here, I have fulfilled.
I'm a new person. That old person doesn't exist anymore as far as I'm concerned. When I go out of here, I want to hold my head high, and I'm going to be something that I've not been in a long time. To look at it and to know I don't ever want to go to the backside of that mask again.